When your cat looks at you, do you actually know what they're seeing? You probably assume they see their owner, maybe their favorite person in the whole world. But the truth is that your cat has never once looked at you and registered the thought, "That's a human." What they see instead is something entirely different, and understanding it transforms the way you should be connecting with them from the ground up. Most owners have no idea this is even happening, which means they have spent years missing signals their cat sends them every single day without fail. Today we're going to reveal exactly what you are to your cat, and every answer is going to leave you seeing things differently. If you genuinely want to understand what's going on inside your cat's head, hit like on this video right now, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything coming next. You'll be glad you did. Let's start with the most surprising truth of all. Have you ever asked yourself why your cat doesn't behave with you the way a dog behaves with its owner? There's no overwhelming excitement when you walk through the door. No desperate need to please you at every turn. And the interesting thing is that none of that is coldness or emotional distance. It's respect. It's equality. Animal behaviorist John Bradshaw, a specialist who dedicated decades to studying how cats interact with human beings, arrived at a conclusion that reshuffled everything we thought we understood. Cats never developed a separate set of social behaviors specifically for dealing with people. Dogs did, across thousands of years of domestication, shaping themselves around human emotional needs and social structures. Cats did not. Which means that when your cat walks towards you, rubs along your leg, licks your hand, or settles against your body, they're using the exact same behavioral repertoire they would use with another cat. No modifications. No adjustments, no hierarchy built in. In their mind, you are not their owner. You are not an authority figure. You're a very large, fairly clumsy cat who somehow ended up living inside their colony. And far from being an insult, that might be the greatest compliment a feline can pay to another living being. Because it means they consider you one of their own. Not above them, not separate from them, standing right alongside them as an equal. Later in this video, we're going to look at what scientists discovered about how that bond physically changes the way your cat processes stress and fear. When you hear it, the way you see your cat will shift permanently. Let's move to something that leaves a lot of owners caught between confusion and discomfort. The moment your cat drops a dead mouse at your feet and stares at you like they just delivered the most valuable gift imaginable. The most common reaction is laughter, a hasty retreat, or a total bewilderment. But that moment, as uncomfortable as it is, might be one of the most generous things your cat will ever do for you. In the wild, mother cats bring prey back to the nest, not to show off their hunting ability, but to teach their young how to survive. First, they bring animals that are already gone so the kittens can familiarize themselves with prey. Then they bring animals that are still alive so the young ones can practice their own skills. It's a carefully staged learning process, and when your cat does the exact same thing with you, they are executing that instinct faithfully, with one key difference. You are the student now. Your cat watches you every single day. They see that you never chase anything. They see that you never hunt. They see you open a cold box and pull food out of it as if by some mysterious process they cannot replicate. By their standards, that's a serious red flag. You are a member of the colony who clearly cannot provide for yourself, and rather than writing you off, they decide to step in. They are trying to teach you something they consider absolutely essential to your survival. Some cats bring prey that is already gone. Others, with an even more generous assessment of your potential, bring prey that is still alive to give you a chance to work on your technique. And if your cat lives entirely indoors and has never encountered a mouse in their life, they might bring you a toy instead, drop it at your feet, and stare at you, waiting for you to do something with it. That is the domestic version of the exact same lesson. The key is reading the context. If they drop it and hold completely still while watching you, that's instruction. If they drop it and start moving around you with energy, that's an invitation to play. In either case, they chose you for that moment, and as strange as it sounds, that means something real. Now let's talk about something most people have never considered. Does your cat actually recognize you by your face? The honest answer is almost certainly not. Cats have a pronounced visual blind zone at close range. Everything within roughly 10 inches of their face appears blurred and without definition. That means every time you bring your face close to theirs looking for a moment of connection, what your cat sees is a soft, shapeless form with no clear features. They can't make out your eyes, your expression, or the details that make your face yours. And it doesn't improve significantly with distance either. Compared to human vision, a cat's visual system operates in a state of permanent soft focus when it comes to fine detail and sharp edges. Where they are genuinely extraordinary is in motion detection. Their eyes are built with remarkable precision for tracking small, fast movements, the twitch of a finger, an insect crossing a wall 3 meters away. The smallest shift in your body language before you've even consciously decided to move. All of it registers with an accuracy that surpasses ours by a wide margin. And that's exactly why you get that familiar scene. You hold a treat in your palm inches from your cat's face, and they start sniffing in every direction as if the treat simply doesn't exist. They're not being difficult. They genuinely cannot see it at that distance. They have to use smell to locate what their eyes can't resolve. And that's also exactly how they identify you. Not by your face. By the way you move, by the sound of your footsteps, by your specific scent. Your cat doesn't carry a mental image of you. They carry the complete feeling of you. There's something else that most people don't fully appreciate about how cats communicate, and it involves a sound you hear every single day without giving it the weight it deserves. Adult cats almost never meow at each other. It simply isn't part of how they communicate with other felines. They use body language, scent signals, and low vocalizations for that. Meowing is a tool associated with early life, with the period when kittens called out to their mother when they were cold, hungry, or frightened. Most cats abandon it entirely as they mature, except in one specific situation, when they live with humans. Your cat figured out early on that you don't read body language the way another cat would. Slow blinks pass right over your head. Tail signals don't register. Postural cues that would be completely legible to another feline are invisible to you. And so your cat did something remarkable. They reached back into their earliest developmental period, retrieved the sound they used as a newborn, and adapted it specifically for you. But there's a level of sophistication to this that most owners never notice. The meow your cat uses is not a single undifferentiated sound. Over time, each cat builds a specific vocabulary with their particular owner. The sound they use when hungry is genuinely different from the one they use when they want company. And the vocalization at the door is distinct from the one they produce at 3 in the morning for no apparent reason. They have constructed a private language with you that exists nowhere else and works for no one else. That is not just communication. That is your cat deciding that you are worth the effort of being understood. And now we arrive at the most powerful finding in everything we've covered today. Have you ever walked into a room and watched your cat shift in a matter of seconds from fully alert to completely melted? Ears softening, eyes going half closed, body rolling onto its side in a posture of total surrender. You probably chalked it up to tiredness. But there's a far more significant possibility. You're what caused that shift. In 2019, researchers at Oregon State University conducted an attachment study on cats that shook the foundations of what the scientific community believed about these animals. The design was straightforward, but the results were striking. They place cats in an unfamiliar environment alongside their owner, then remove the owner for 2 minutes before bringing them back. What they found was that more than 60% of the cats displayed what psychologists call a secure attachment style. When their owner returned, the cat settled, began exploring the space, and returned to calm baseline behavior. Without their owner present, the same cats showed elevated stress, increased vocalization, and withdrawal. This is the identical attachment response that human infants display with their primary caregivers. The same emotional pattern, the same underlying architecture of the bond. And it connects directly back to what we established at the start. Your cat considers you a member of their colony, a social equal in their own terms. But it goes further than equality. They don't just see you as one of them. They experience you as their safe place, the presence that signals to their entire nervous system that the world is in order and that they can let their defenses down completely. Your cat doesn't need you to be perfect. They don't need you to catch every signal on the first pass or decode every nuance of their language. They just need you to be there. Because to your cat, you are not a human being. You are not an owner. You are the place where they feel safe. You are the place where they belong. If this video gave you a completely new angle on your cat, share it with someone who has one at home. Leave a comment telling me which of these behaviors you recognize in your own cat. And if you want to keep discovering what your cat has been trying to tell you all along, subscribe to the channel. There is a lot more coming.